Okay, right now you can see it. Now what I have to do is open the presentation. Share the screen. I think you hear me now. So, in that particular situation, you know that in sometime in your organization, if somebody is shouting at somebody, that particular person may basically working. But in academic kind of a setup, people are not like that. All the works were, say, like voluntary work. If something is shouting to a senior person like that way, the best better the consequence is that person is not doing that particular work. Not only that, some works are there. The people who have given that task is very specific to them. There are no any other person to do that task in that particular time frame or whatever the thing. So then what they do, the first one is shouting at that one, and the second, the innocent, the friendly person is visiting that that particular person and be around with him and beg and do the work to be done. Okay, because something happened with the team, so now one team member is going there and making that particular person mentality good, but that particular mentality, the person has taken the message, this is a very important message, but he is having an ego that I am doing that while that person is blaming to me. But somebody is coming from the team members and again he is pleasing to do the work. So that works. That works. Most of the time it works. So we have felt that even in a second another time the team was not like that. They were too much friendly with all the people. So they have to beg and beg. Sometimes some work will not happen totally because of that particular way of the team handles. So I mean that I'm not telling that the we should shout at the people, but having a different kind of personality, the people with the personality makes the team success. So in other way, the leadership. Identify leadership potential and communication styles. Okay, one thing. So in the teamwork, so to making these people in the same particular situation or the team, there should be a kind of a quality with it. That is team working capability. Team working capability. Okay, because the previous example, the one person is shouting at the other people, and one person, another team member is going and manage that particular thing. Is stress to the second person, the person who is going to that particular the third man and the managing him. Always he has to go and please and this thing and that thing. But in as a team, they have understand that because they are having the team mentality, team personality in the both the two people. So you just believe that when you are selecting the people, this team capability is understanding the other people, allowing them to work in their way and appreciating them at same time compromise some kind of activities, behaviors on behalf of the team. So this is again, it's again qualification of a person. Then we talk about the leadership. Identify leadership potential and communication style. Again, once the organization through the personality test, they can understand the leaderships. Person who can lead something, do something. Because number of people we have observed that they can talk well, they can plan well, but they can't activate well. They can't activate well. So people who are activating that one, it's a kind of a personality. Therefore, the organization need to understand that kind of person. Not only that, this is for the betterment of the organization. Role matching, team work, leadership. The role matching is what kind of people are suitable for that particular task. Teamwork, who are the people with the teamwork capabilities, and leadership people who are having the leadership qualities. But rather than that, conflict reduction also help need to be done in an organization. Therefore, the management need to get to know that who are the people and what are their personalities. Because if you are putting a two-way, two end people together, like say like in the same situation, if I am telling, if they are not willing to compromise something towards the other, there are conflict start. There are conflict start. Okay, so it will not happening if the organization does know how that particular person's personality. So few practical example I'm saying, if someone is very agreeable, meaning kind, friendly and helpful, they fit very well to the customer service role, right? If someone is conscientious, and that means organized and reliable, they fit to jobs like accounting, project management and administration. And if someone is extroverted, that means they are loving to talking, basically they fit to the sales, HR, public relations and training kind of a thing. And same time someone is introvert, that means the basically they are quiet and focused to their works. They fit for the research, data analysis, this software coding and auditing, like keep mouth shut and working things. Okay, so that is for the way organization use the person traits. So now we take a small break, and I will join within another 5 minutes of time. You know that again. Screen available. Okay, YouTube, can you hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Is it already on it? Okay, I think now you can hear me. Yeah, let's start. Okay, everybody, let's start lecture again. I think sound okay, right? Okay, okay. Now, um, the problems and the limitations. Problem and the limitation of the personality tests. Okay. Even the personality tests are useful, we can understand that no. People give socially desirable answers to the question. If the test says, "Do you get angry easily in a job interview?" What you will say? You will never say, "Yes, sir, I get angry. I get angry like a volcano." No, you are not going to tell like that. Okay, and this, some tests are not scientifically valid, right? Some companies use cheap online tests that are not scientifically valid because reliability issues are there always. If you do the test on a stressful day, your answer become negative. Situational effect. Sometimes if you are in a very sad moment, so if you ask, are you a happy person? Definitely you say, but basically you are that kind of situation. One test cannot capture a full human being. We are too complex object in the world, human, to fit is like earlier we have done. So therefore, managers must combine test result with interview, observation, their experiences, and other thing. That's the key point. Not only the reliability, we have to think of the ethical use of person, right? Ethics are important because this personality test must be used fairly, right? If it is wrong to judge someone purely based on the test, make a decision. So you can't do like that. Therefore, companies must not do say like reject the person, right? Discriminate based on the personality type, and someone should not label as negative person. And sometimes people are using this personality evaluated data without telling that particular person. That is not ethical. Those are coming under the ethical. Organization can do that, and organizations are doing this one. You have observed that your organization also have a negative person, right? That person is very negative. We are telling like that. No. So what it say? It is not ethical to call or do or action like that. So then the company should do what? That meeting. There should be a something no. Use test and guide training and develop. Right? Use test to guide training and development. So understand through this test in the particular person what is the organizational requirement, right? So then no, but if you are going to directly use them by a say like five number questionnaire, and you are going to tell that this person is this type, so those are wrong. Not only that, it is not ethical if you are considering a particular person for the promotion or whatever the perks are being given. That is not good. So in that kind of situation, you have to do the interview, the observation for this, and that thing lot more thing to be evaluated. So this idea is by the personality testing, you cannot give something to the person or taking something back from the person. But if you are sending some people to the training or something, there is no harm because we are trying to develop the skill of a person. Even if you are having the 100% skill for a particular, lending that person to another new type of skill training of the same thing, he maybe learn another two, and then now not, it's not 100, it is 102 out of 100. That kind of situation we can manage in that way. So the final section of the second part, the summary. So here the simple summary. Personality tests help basically understand the people better. In the self-report, basically we ask ourselves or tell ourselves our personality by ourselves. In that report, the observational rating is how the others are seeing you, how the test help match people to job improvement teams, reduce the conflict, right? And team must be this test must be used ethically and carefully. Okay. So I ask one question. So think about your personality. What is your personality? If you had choose a one word to describe yourself, what would it be? Hmm? Are you confident? Or are you calm? Are you talkative? Are you analytical? So that's the thing we have to look at in ourselves first. Okay. With that, we completed two sections of today's lecture. Now, let's move to the third section. Let's move to the third section. So, this is the interesting part of this subject, the major personality models. Before we jump into the personality model, uh, I think I have to talk about something interesting about this. or organization behavior theories, because we are going to talk about some theory here. Um, organization behavior is a subject that is not having a very old history. It basically popular around 1950s. Okay, before that, most of the workplaces runs like machines. People, the managers don't care about the feelings, behavior, stress, personality, and nothing about their workers. The managers only worried about the productivity, the time, the way it happened, the motion, and the output. Then researchers started noticing something strange. Research notices something strange. That is, even if two workers had the same machine and same machine, same training, one perform well while the other is struggling. What will happen? Right? So those days, people were like machine. The time for a particular time, the particular number of items are being created. That's all. But with the time, people have observed that even the same machine, same understanding, same age, all the same, but people are having two different outputs. Sometimes they are being same salary, they are working the same situation, and so on and so. So what is the differences? See, they found that because of the personality, motivation, and behavior, people are having more or less so productivity. This is how the OB theories slowly developed. So OB theories are not the something like explanation of the world. They have developed some theories. You know that theories are generalization of the reality. So therefore, sometimes those are not be 100% correct to the present world. But it gives a understand that the way, the majority of the way it may be happening something, the theory. So after that, people started to research on this area. People mean that psychologists, sociologists, and sometimes the managers also understand the human behavior has become a research area. So therefore, they have got number of theoretical things like motivation theories, leadership theories, as well as sometimes the personality framework, and sometimes not only persons, the group of persons, that is cultural models, that kind of thing they have invented. Somehow that today we are talking about two theories, that is MBTI or Big Five. Basically, we say it is two things, but now we can say it is two things, right? Okay, keep in mind it's two things. Big Five and the MBTI. There are two theories. So that means those are around 70, 80 years of old theories of the people. Okay. Now we begin the slide set. The major one, MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. MBTI is one of the most popular personality tools in the world, right? Many HR department in Sri Lanka is using this one. So these are basically using in the larger banks, hotels, and most of the time training centers also. So this MBTI was created during, I think, Second World War by two two women, Marys and Briggs, and I think her daughter Isabella Mayers. මගේ දුවගේ වැඩක් indicate. Right? Really, why did they created it? They wanted to help women entering to the factories to choose their jobs that match with their nature. Right? Uh, I think you can remember in that era, women were not suddenly taken into the factory jobs because of the men were at the war. They were taken into the jobs because at that time the factories most of the time uh, men were working. But due to the Second World War era, all the men were in the war fronts, so the company owners has to call for the women to come to the work. So basically, MBTI helped them to understand basically the people type, right? Who likes the routine works, who like the people, and same time who prefer the details of the particular work, or some who prefer the creativity. That kind of things are easily understand. So therefore, today MBTI is widely used for basically team building, conflict management, communication training, the work style understand karana this one. Basically, MBTI has four reference pairs. That's why it places personality type. So these four preferences pairs are uh, extroversion and introversion, I, sensing and intuition, SN, TNF, judge and perceiving, JP. So these are the six type and four pairs. So you can see that the combination of these things are going up to the 16 type of people. 16 type of people. So that means we are having a one out of this. I mean that we have either one side, we should be placing the either one side. We either extraversion or the introversion, either one, or the sensing and the intuition, either one. Likewise, uh, there are six. Right. This is what it means: extraversion and introversion and intuition, thinking and feeling, and judging and perceiving. Basically, extroverts get energy by talking. That means they are socialist. People to associate and talk with them, and so on and so on. And there are people who are going for the gatherings, parties, and meetings. That kind of works are there. So they are running to there. Like to be with lot more people. Who are they? They are. But in the introverts, they they get the energy through by alone. No one around him. They are more like to that. But they are not shy. They are not shy. But people talk at the same time. They are having a hard feeling, and too many of people are talking at the same time, like in the party. Okay. Extrovert Intra mean earlier, outside, intra mean inside. They are looking for the outside people. Introvert, they are looking for themselves at most of the time. The other intuition. Sensing people like facts. Sensing people like facts, details, Tamanada, numbers, um, and they required the practical steps of a particular work accurately. But if you are going to give them an arguable idea, they will ask, okay, right, but how we should do that? They need the extract steps to be explained to the detail, to the detail. Uh, however, intuitions, not sensing the intuitions, very comfortable with the, they are comfortable with the ideas. They should have a big ideas, say like concepts, possibilities, future thinkings, say like the limitation backgrounds and other things. You see, very complex things. If you are explaining, they are very much happy in their work. So, but basically, they are imagining things before they really going into the particular work. But the sensing people, they require entire blueprint, entire blueprint. Okay, say like people who try to rob a bank, they get all the details of the bank and they are going inside. They are the people who are sensing. So the intuitive people, intuitive people, sometimes they are looks like crazy to some extent. Okay, they need not to have uh, concepts of breaking the bank. Okay, so then they will act like a bank robbers. Now we move to the thinkers versus feel. Thinkers are logical. They value fairness, rules, and objectivity. But feelers use emotions. They consider relationship, kindness, harmony, that kind of thing. Basically, that thinkers are they are telling that rule is the rule. We can't remove the rule and we can't remove the rule and other thing. Yes, feeling people. Um, it says the feeling people. They said, "Oh, make a hurry, hurry." Yes, the rule is correct, yeah. But we must also think about the personal situations, right? They are thinking other aspects of the problem. But thinkers are people who are running through the roads. Roads. When we talk about the judging versus perceiving, judging people like structures, plans, and deadlines. They are the one who buy school in December before school starts in January. They know what they require by another couple of months to prepare for it. But the perceiving people like flexibility and spontaneity. They prefer uh, they prefer flexibility always, right? So if I say they are the ones who are buying the school books on the first day morning, right? So therefore, judging people basically they request from you, tell me the plan. The preceding people say, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So I think you have heard all these two types of sentences from your organization members, your friends and your colleagues and other people. That shows which category he is belongs to. Right. So as per your knowledge now, the MBTI is used to help teams understand why members behave differently and helps improve conflict resolution. For an example, an IJT is a person who is quiet, organized and responsible. ENEP person is energetic, creative and expressive. So we are the mix of all these MBTI framework component. Now we move to the big five personality model. We call it as OCEAN Ocean. So that means each and every letter has a one personality model. Okay, now we move to the most important part in the morning, the big five personality model Ocean. This is the most scientifically accepted model, the big five. Scientifically, this has been accepted. This Big Five model was not created by a one single person. It was discovered by analyzing the language and people used to describe personalities. It's analysis. They have analyzed a thousand of words. Over the 40 plus years, the researcher found that the human personalities fit into five main traits. Five main traits. Traits ke mata five main traits. These are stable across cultures, including Sri Lanka. So earlier situations and other things are changing based on the culture and the situations and by the genes and so on and so. But these big five personality models are basically consistent all over the world. According to the theory perspective, there were at the very beginning there were 30 number of characters, then it has reduced to six and so on. So then now finally we have only five. The first one is the first person to experience. Open experience. Openness refers to the creativity, curiosity, imagination, and willingness to try new things. Some people observe that they open to anyone, any new thing, without any problem. Without any problem. It's actually we can curiosity of a person. Okay, basically, if a person is having a high openness, he like new ideas. In any kind of situation, any new thing comes, he is very positively accept that wonderful idea kind of a words. But low openness persons, they are basically like to see the routines, how it happened, how does you have planned that one, what is the inputs, what are the outputs, because they very like to see the known results by following the known path. Basically, say like if you have experienced that the high openness is one of your requirement because um, being a IT leader, IT change manager of your organization, well, you have to try new system with the existing ones. Okay, so for that you should have this high openness. A low openness kind of a person is then you are having a problem, have an argument in your head. This system match with our one. Why don't we run the existing one? Like something. Even you are going to automate this sequences, you also thinking the way you are doing in the manually should be the automate. If I say that statement, but I said that uh, if we are going to automate something, are we going to automate the existing process? Is it applicable to always? It is applicable to your leave system, right? So you are putting the leave by a mail and you are sending it to the branch manager and then the CEO somebody and approving the leave, sending it back to you, and a copy is sent to the leave clerk management person and he is handling all the leave and so on. So it's that kind of thing. You can do the same thing as it is using a automated system. But think about you are going to automate your cloth washing mechanism. So you are taking the I'm talking about my village area, right? So we are taking our clothes to the nearby lake or the river, right? So we apply the soaps and we what do you call that? We hit on the stone nearby the water, and then we wash the clothes. Are you going to automate in the same way? Wash the clothes? Are you going to create a robot that can take your clothes to nearby the river and soak in the water, apply the soaps and putting and hitting on the stone and wash and come back? No. It was a something differently think, right? Implementing a system means software system means it may be a kind of a existing system to be implemented using the same type of mechanism, or sometime you are doing the same output you are taking by totally different mechanism like the washing machine does today. Washing machine does today because no one has practiced that putting the water and circulating your bucket this side and that side is washing. All it is washing, no, but the machine call it as a washing. Right? So that kind of new ideas come through this openness to the experience mentality. Okay, not only come when you're applying to that particular thing to your organization or your situation is showing no openness to that particular idea. The next one, ocean or finish. So the second one in Big Five, conscientiousness. 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 So here, conscientiousness is the best predictor of job performance because if you are having a high conscientiousness, you are well organized. Not only that, you are well responsible. You are a balanced person in your organization, and you are basically the program. You are assigning some work. Next day, somebody should be remembering that work. Otherwise, he cannot remember and he forgot that work. We have a person like that. Right? There are persons like that. So you have to understand that uh, if a person is high, having a high of this one, basically come to the work early, so they have some kind of work list and they follow some. But the low conscientiousness people, they forgot to come to the meeting, right? And they are busy in the last moment. They are, they are trying to, right? So if you want someone to manage the money, the quality, you need need a person with this quality is very high. Never ever give that particular opportunity or the position the person who does not have this. The third quality is extraversion. Extraversion, we enjoy interactions, right? But the other side, introverts, extroverts, outside people enjoy. Introverts, then what? They enjoy the quiet space. They enjoy the quiet space. So therefore, extroversion people are very good for HR and sales and I don't now remember your HR people, right? Who are not having, but majority of them are extroversion people because they like to interaction with people, finding out other people's things and so on and so forth. However, introverts, as I told you earlier, they are better for these IT type jobs, auditing, data works, or the routing works. Without doing much interaction, there are a number of works can be done. That kind of targets, introversion, introverts people, you can select. The third one is agreeableness. Third person is agreeableness. These are the quality frameworks, right? Agreeableness. Agreeableness people and cooperative. Kind and cooperative. The number one is that. So if the agreeableness is very high, they are basically friendly people. But if the agreeableness is very low, really they are uh, augmentative or blunt people, right? For an example, if I say, let's find a peaceful solution, that's that thing come from the agreeableness is high person. But if the person is very low, basically say even you are not like to that decision, you are saying let's find a peaceful solution. His reply, even in a very unagreeable situation, but in a simple unagreeable situation, these low people, low agreeable, my way is better. Oh, is very low people. These two type of people are existing in the world. Stability or neuroticism. Neuroticism. Neuroticism means stress sensitivity. They are sensitive to the stress. Neuroticism involves emotional sensitivity and tendencies toward moodiness and stress reaction. For an example, if the person is highly neuroticism, he gets stress very quickly, very quickly. But if the quality is very low, so they can be calmly working under the pressure without thinking outside world. People, they are quickly getting fire, getting upset. So I think you have heard this kind of. So, I have a presentation tomorrow. I can't sleep today. because it's a very big problem to me, because I don't have this information for presenting there and so and so. But people have this low nutrition. Meeting? What meeting? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. At what time? 9. I have seen that. What we are going to tell? Tell something, man. We have the information. No? We are the subject. No, we can tell something. Don't worry about that. I just want to get to know that what their objective is. That kind of things are telling by the people who are having a low nutrition. Next slide, the final slide. Oops. Uh, Moderation. Now, we are going to talk about why these models are important. Right. So, most of rather than many other models, this is a valid model. Therefore, basically people accept the categorization into this, because I think that by hearing this lecture, you not you, me could able to understand that which portion I am in. So the main thing is, it is not a crime to be in a wrong one according to somebody else, but it's the way. So predicted workspace outcomes, it effectively predicts job performance, leadership skills, team and stress management capabilities. However, the global usage widely used internationally in organizational behavior research and human resource decision making. Okay, but big five models. Introverts inform consistently well, extroverts often become leaders, and emotionally stable become handle stress better. Okay, now I am talking about the research. So you the impact of them towards say like of organization. Basically, the researchers are going on this e-governance one. We are trying to implement the system. We are to identify the challenges. We are trying to identify the benefits it can take. So how the particular automation or the e-governance activity should be carried out. That kind of thing. There we require the one kind of big theory. We can use this big five model to understand persons and their effect on the real AI system implementation in the organization, because it's a very good, nice research idea to your brain. Okay, right. I think I have completed the three parts. Okay, so I will take a 5 minute break, and not 5 minute, it's around 10 minutes break. So therefore, I will stop the YouTube broadcasting, and I will share a new one with you all to for the new section. Okay, so now I stop this presentation and meet by 10 minutes.